Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of Trying New Makeup and Wait. Trying new makeup and hoping it doesn't suck. In today's video, we are potentially the last people to try out Rare Beauty, but today we're trying out Rare Beauty because I would like to say that I don't like to follow trends, but actually it's just because I continuously forget to try out new brands. So today we're trying out Rare Beauty. I bought a full face over on Sephora and Space NK. I kind of did like a little mismatch order. What's this? This is the house. No, this is the church. Does anyone remember this? This is the steeple. Open the doors. See all the people. I basically ordered a whole load of bits from Space NK and Sephora, and I have pretty much full face. The only thing I don't have is brows, which is why I've already done them. These are my brows, and I've also gotten rid of the contacts for today because I see so many of you in the comments that are saying that you prefer my brown eyes. I kind of like looking like an alien, but today, at least for the most part, we're going au naturel, says the girl with like 12 litres of filler in her face. But anyway, today we're trying out Rare Beauty, so let's get into it. Hairband required. And my top keeps falling down, and it also keeps... People have been asking me recently if I've had a boob job. No, I haven't. I've just put on a bit of weight. But apparently, hopefully my nipples aren't out. No, they're fine. Apparently it helps in the boob department, but no boob job here. You guys know I would probably document that shit if I was having one, not naked. So we're gonna start off with the primer. Of course we are, that's how most makeup videos tend to start off. This is actually called, I took off all like the cardboard packaging. This is the Illuminating Primer Base Illuminatrice. That's maybe French, I don't know. But I got the little mini size because I don't need more makeup, but yet every day I buy more makeup. But this is like the illuminating one. No smell. I always smell things just in case. Just gonna throw that all over my face and see how it looks. It does look quite shimmery, like on the swatch. If I show you guys quickly, you can tell I've had loads of coffee today, so I'm like blah, blah, blah. But anyway, professional Steph initiated. Here's a lovely swatch for you. Looks a little bit shiny. Let me just swatch it for you here like a professional. You can see it's sheeny shiny, but on the skin it actually doesn't look like sparkly or anything, which is nice. So now we're gonna move on to the foundation. So I think there are two different types of foundation. You have like the skin tint, and then you have this one here, which is called the foundation. I got this in the shade 250W. This is supposed to be more of like the slightly more full coverage one. And I will say, if I can frickin' open it, I really like the packaging of Rare Beauty. Like I like these little nubbies. They remind me of Michael's tail, like it's on the concealer, the highlighter. The packaging is very simple, but I do like these little nubbies. So this contains like a little doe foot, and hopefully this color will work for me. Actually, doesn't look too bad. They only had a few colors actually like available on the website, so I had to kind of choose the closest one for me, but I'm gonna put some of that on one side of my face, and by like a bit of it, I may as well just like empty the entire bottle onto my face. I need to wet my sponge. I'm back. So Chloe by Coco Cosmetics actually sent me a whole load of new sponges, which I'm very excited about because my other ones need a wash. So I'm gonna blend that in. So this says that it's a liquid touch weightless foundation that feels barely there while building coverage and boosting your natural glow. So I feel like maybe I can like double this up if I want a bit more coverage. We're gonna see how it looks to begin with though. If you guys haven't tried out the Coco Cosmetics sponges, by the way, they are literally as good as everyone says they are. I was one of those people that was skeptical about them, thinking like, are they gonna be any better than a beauty blender or like all the other sponges we have at the moment? But they genuinely are. I don't know how they do it. She's figured out some sort of witchcraft, but they're dope. So I'll try and link them down below. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more foundation just to add a little bit more coverage in certain areas because I feel like a full beat today. And I kind of want to compare one side to the other. That's why I'm doing one side of my face first. To be honest, it looks like my skin Like you can see the texture of my skin on this side. It's giving the same kind of texture on this side as well, but it does look a lot more evened out. So obviously I need to see how everything powders down and everything, but on first impressions, it does look pretty good. I quite like the color. Let's do the other side of my face. I feel like normally you see people on TikTok and stuff doing like the tiniest amount of foundation, the tiniest amount of concealer. Welcome to my channel. That's not what we're doing today. I am here to turn myself into a different person, hopefully. Like if you want all the natural stuff, that's great for you, but I spent enough money on all this makeup. I'm putting a lot of it on my face. I'm not buying makeup to look like the same person that I look like when I wake up. I'm buying it so I can resemble literally anyone else. Okay, looking good. It has evened out my skin a lot. Looks quite sheeny, shiny, but obviously I have got these lights here. Feels very lightweight and comfortable, and it's blending out really nicely. So yeah, I'm feeling this foundation so far, to be fair. So actually, before I get into the rest of my makeup, I do want to try out their new lip oil because I do have like a lip liner and a lipstick to try it today. So I want to try out their lip oil like before everything else to see what it actually looks like on like somewhat bare lips. I'm gonna like eat some of the foundation, wipe it off, eat some more. Wipe it off. So this one here is in the shade Joy, and this is like one of their newest products. Just got a little taste of it then. Somewhat minty, maybe. This actually looks quite nice though. I don't normally use lip oils, especially like tinted lip oils, but that's actually like a nice color and it feels really comfy. I'm just gonna blend that out a little bit. It does give you a nice little tint. So I imagine that with a bit of lip liner, if you want something a bit more natural, would look really good, and they feel really comfy. I'm not usually the sort of person to use like a tinted lip oil. It's not really my kind of jam. I like a cake face, but I do get the appeal with these. They feel really nice, and they do have like, it's not quite tingling, but it's almost like a cooling sensation maybe. So these seem pretty good if you guys are into lip oils, like tinted lip oils especially. They do actually seem like quite a nice formula because they do have quite a nice color payoff. Yeah, not bad actually. I probably will actually continue to use that on more like natural makeup days. So now I'm gonna go in with their concealer. Again, they have two different types of concealer, but I got the Liquid Touch Brightening Concealer in the shade 220C. Again, they only had a few different shades, so I had to kind of like match it as best as I could, but this looks like a decent match. So you've got a nice size little doe foot here. I'm gonna go right in the corners of my eyes and really like load it up there. Do a little lift up here and go over that spot here. And I've got a couple of little like spot scars around here as well. And I'm also gonna do some here because I swear, I don't know if it's just me getting older. I feel like I get a lot of shadow around here, and because this concealer is a little bit lighter, I'm gonna try and do a little bit of highlighting around here. I just got some on my breast there. Let's just rub that in. It says that it's a moisturizing buildable concealer that melts seamlessly into the skin for undetectable cake-free coverage. Well, I'm applying a lot, so we'll see if it is cake-free, because with the amount that I'm putting on my face right now, if it's cake-free, then that means it's cake-free. It's looking pretty good. The base itself, my mirror's a little bit dirty, so I'm gonna wipe it on my thigh, but it is looking pretty good so far. I feel like typically Rare Beauty and like a lot of people that use it, they tend to go for the more like natural-ish, no makeup, glowy, cloud skin, whatever trend is going on at the moment, that sort of makeup. But you guys know, I like to wear a full face. It doesn't necessarily always look like a full face. Like, I feel like I blended in quite well. Maybe you can be the judge of that. But I feel like a lot of times you'll see people using it for like a more natural look, whereas we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. Like I said, I don't want to look like me anymore, or at least not today. I want to transform myself into a different human, so natural makeup is not it. To be fair, this is looking really good so far. Now I'm gonna go in with this little bronzer stick here. I got this in the shade Happy Soul. I think this is one of their best sellers. And I'm gonna do a little bit of bronzing with this. Ooh, that's really creamy. I feel like a lot of times when I use these sort of sticks, they kind of take a little bit of warming up, but this is actually going on really nicely. So I'm gonna bronze up my forehead and around my temples, go around my cheeks here, screw it. Let's go all in. Let's go down the sides of my nose as well, because I feel like this is actually quite like a nice neutral, but still semi-cool tone color. I'm impressed with how creamy it is though. And just blend that in. See what it can give me. Please give me the cheekbones of Bella Hadid. Might not be Bella Hadid's, but I'll take it. And I'm just gonna sharpen up my jawline with this as well. That has that words. That's actually blended out really, really well. It's like creamy, but it's still got pigment, but not too much. It's not making me look like dirty or anything. That's really, really nice. I really like this. I don't even necessarily need to like complete my makeup look to know that I really love this. This is actually blending out way nicer than some of my more favorite like contour and bronzer cream sticks. Look at that, it just blends out so quickly and doesn't change the actual texture of my skin. Yeah, there's nothing else to be said about that. I really, really like this. Okay, now we're gonna try out this liquid blusher here. So this is called, they don't really have the names on these products unless I look at the actual like bottle. Ooh, that looks nice. Not normally a cream blush kind of girl. And it is pigmented, but not too pigmented. Like I feel like those 2 dots were enough for me. That is actually really, really pretty. Again, it doesn't like change the texture of my skin or the foundation or anything. Let's do 2 more dots of that. And then I'm gonna do 2 tiny little dots up here. Maybe a tiny little one on my nose, just to like go wild. Yeah, that blends out really, really nicely. I've heard loads of people talking about this. Like the main product that I think I've heard people talking about from Rare Beauty is obviously their lip oils are like everywhere on social media at the moment because it's their new product. But the liquid blush is, I feel like, the main product that got Rare Beauty like famous, other than, you know, Selena Gomez. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, okay, look at that tiny little dot here on my forehead, right? Let's get it in the macro. Tiny little dot. And I'm just gonna pat it on. Blends out so quickly, but also is like a nice amount of pigment. So you don't need to go like full swipe mode and cover your face in blusher. You really don't need a lot of this, but it blends out really, really nicely. Okay, maybe I should have tried out Rare Beauty earlier because I see all these brands like popping up on TikTok and I'm like, come on, like they're not that good surely. And a lot of the times, to be fair, they actually aren't as good as everyone says on TikTok, but so far I am very, very impressed. So maybe in this instance, TikTok wasn't lying. Okay, right, now I don't know how this color's gonna look on me, but now I have one of their liquid luminizers. This is in the shade Flaunt. It looked a lot lighter on the website with the swatches, but in the bottle it does look like a little bit more like copper toned almost. But I'm gonna add a bit of this just to see how this looks. Okay, that actually looks all right. So I'm gonna take the clean-ish side of my sponge and just pat that in. Obviously it's not gonna look like much right now because my face just looks like a glowworm. It's a weird reference, but it looks like a glowworm, okay? I might even try this on my powdered skin in a second. I just wanna see how it looks on unpowdered skin. Let's see. Macro shot, please. You can definitely see the shine there. Let's see if it's got any like pigment or anything. No, there's no like sparkles. There's no obvious color or anything like that. Maybe for once TikTok weren't lying about products and maybe Rare Beauty is actually good. Who would have thought? Really into that so far. So now I'm gonna go in with the light medium setting powder. This is like a loose powder and oh, interesting contraption here. It's like an escape room. No, it's not. It's not like an escape room at all. It's actually relatively easy. I feel like powders are very much like a make or break kind of situation. Like things can look amazing once you've powdered everything down, but things can also take a bit of a turn for the worse. So fingers crossed. Can we put some fingers crossed emojis in the comments, please? Because I really want to love this. I'm gonna give you a second. Fingers crossed emojis, please. Okay, let's try this out. I'm gonna set my under eyes first. You all know the drill. Start from the outside in. Got a good feeling about this. Okay, this looks pretty good. Right, outside, in. That actually looks quite nice. Now I'm gonna take my flippy floppy brush that everyone loves and set this down. Oh shit. I've lost it. I've lost the powder, but I've also lost it mentally. This is looking really nice. It's not very often that I'll try out like a full face of one brand and everything works cohesively together, which I feel like is kind of weird because you feel like they would try and make all their products work together really, really well. But this is actually kind of doing bits. Shit, this powder looks really good. It looks very, very skin-like, but it's mattifying me down enough, but still looks healthy. Huh. You can see the bit of like the luminizer here. You can see the glow from the primer. This looks really, really good. Oh my God. Like, look at how good my skin is looking right now. It still looks glowy. Obviously, you've got the lights on me, so I'm gonna look more glowy. That powder is doing something to me right now. Okay, I'm now gonna go in with this luminizer here. So this is called the Exhilarate Highlighter, and it's like their powdered highlighter. Oh no. This was packaged really nicely. I think I got this one from Space NK. No, I've seen loads of people, even people that like got this in PR, a lot of theirs arrived like crumbled, which sucks because they're not the cheapest things in the world, but I will still use it. Feels really nice. Oh my God. That looks dope. That looks so good. Right, let's add a little bit of that to my cheeks here. Yes, 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 yes. Say it with me, yes. This is like super sheeny and like metallic looking, but it doesn't look like anything on my skin. It just makes my skin look like it's wet. And I personally do prefer like powder highlighters, powder like bronzers, blushes, all of that over liquids, because I feel like they do just tend to stay in place a lot more. And this is giving me the effect of like a wet looking highlighter, but without the risk of it running off of my face. Just gonna pat that in around my face a touch. We might have found some new favorites here. Oh, I need to try out the illuminator on powdered skin quickly and see what that looks like. Okay, so you can see it there a little bit more. And I'm gonna blend it out with a clean side of my sponge. Ooh. Very nice. I'm freaking obsessed with this. So obviously I used a lot of creams for like my bronzer and blusher and everything. I am gonna use a tiny little bit of my HNB bronzer just to add a touch more warmth. I'm just taking the tiniest amount here. I kind of do like to just finish everything up with a little bit of powder anyway. But yeah, just want to add a little bit of powder bronzer there, which looks good. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with this Always an Optimist 4-in-1 mist. So I'm gonna use this as a setting spray. And again, I only got the little travel size version just because I figured I've got enough setting sprays in my life. Oh, this smells like a fancy ass like perfume. Maybe not perfume, maybe like a candle. It smells like a good candle. Okay, it's got a really, really nice mister. Obviously you guys know I like to drench myself in this stuff. That smells really, really nice. It kind of reminds me of like play school. Fun fact actually, when I was in play school, I've never liked school. I've never liked college, uni, just not really the biggest fan of education. I'm aware it's very, very useful, but me personally, never really liked it. And the funny thing is when I was in play school, I think I only went a couple of times because I realized that when I peed myself, my mum would then come and pick me up. So I would, every time I went to play school, I would just go and pee myself, and then my mum would come and pick me up, and eventually she was like, this girl's just gonna keep peeing herself to get picked up. So I didn't go anymore. But anyway, slight tangent there. This actually reminds me of a weird smell from play school, but it's a nice one. I can like, I don't know what it is, but yeah, there's something about this that just like takes me back to that time where I used to pee myself during play school. Good times. So before I do my eyes, I'm gonna do my lips just so I can kind of get an idea of what sort of eye look I wanna do. So I have one of their lip liners here. This one is in the shade Kind Words. No, that's a lie. They're called the Kind Words Matte Lip Liner, and it's in the shade Humble. And it's like a little twist up, which is very, very handy. Feels really creamy and quite hydrating actually. It's a pretty color. I was like, what's that little speck here? I was like, have I got a bogey in my nose? But no, it was just a nostril hair covered in like foundation, which is cute. Feels really good as well. Like it feels like it's got enough grip to it so it's not gonna smudge or anything, but it doesn't feel like dry to apply or anything like that. And it's really, really pigmented. I am a fan. Now I'm gonna go into this lipstick here, which is in the shade Worthy. This is one of their matte lipsticks. And it just looks like a kind of neutral, kind of like rosy sort of shade. It's got quite a nice like sweet smell. Ooh, that's, this is a good lip combo. Feels like it's gonna stay, but it also feels quite comfortable. And it's fairly matte, but again, without being like drying or anything like that. I might regret this. I do kind of want to try a little bit of the lip oil on top. Just to kind of see what that looks like. That actually didn't disrupt it at all. Sometimes lip oils can kind of like disrupt like a matte lipstick a little bit, but that actually worked quite well. I'm gonna just blot the center of it down with my sponge. You'll know the drill. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my eyeballs. So I have this little kit here. I think I got this for like £16 or something, but it contains a mini mascara and then like a mini little eyeshadow palette. It's called the Sincerely Me Mini Eye Essential. Again, I figured like I don't wanna be too wasteful here. If I love the mascara, I would happily go and buy a full size. But if I don't love something, I don't necessarily need a full size mascara like lingering around in my collection. So this is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. And this is actually the reason why I didn't wear my contacts today. I might add them like near the end depending on how I feel, but I feel like these sort of shades work really, really well with my brown eyes. And then we have the mascara here, which I don't know if they do more than one, but I think this is just like the standard mascara that they do. It's got like a nice wand here. As you can see, it kind of reminds me of the L'Oreal, the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. It kind of reminds me of that. So as always, I'm gonna take a little bit of my P. Louise base, and I think I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this, a little bit of this, maybe a little bit of this, and a little bit of this, and maybe a little bit of this. So I'm gonna try and use as many shades as I can. I'm gonna go in with this shade to begin with. It's like a nice, almost like ochre shade. And I'm gonna work that in my crease to begin with. Doesn't need to be too precise or anything like that. I'm just kind of getting a little bit of a transition down. Seems to be blending out really, really nicely. Right, I'm now gonna go in with a bit of this shade here. The first one I used was called Gracious. This one I'm using is called Candid. It's like the, kind of like a burgundy, reddy brown sort of color. And I'm gonna focus that more so on the outer corner, just with a little fluffy brush. And just kind of bring that in a little bit into my crease just to kind of keep everything nice and cohesive. Yeah, that's blending out really well. Now I'm gonna go in, what am I gonna do? I think I'm actually gonna go, yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit of this like purple shades, and I'm not gonna put this like all over my lid or anything, but I do just kind of wanna see what it looks like more so on like the outer corner of my lid. But I'm just gonna press that on the outer corner of my lid a little bit. There's a little bit of fallout. You guys probably aren't gonna be able to see here, but I'm gonna try and like dust that off a little bit. Yeah, there's like a tiny little bit of fallout with the shimmer, but nothing too bad at all. I've managed to get rid of it. I'm now gonna go with my finger and I'm gonna take this like pressed glitter here. I assume it's a pressed glitter anyway. Ooh, ooh, gonna give it a little blow. That's what she said. Shh. And I'm gonna pop that right over the center of my lid. Oh, yes. Oh, you're nice. So next for the last shade in this palette, I'm gonna go in with this little like, I don't really know what sort of color it is because it looks like it's got quite a bit of dimension to it. To be fair, when I swatch it, it does just look like a gold. So we're gonna go in with this shimmery gold here and I'm gonna pop that on my inner corner. And if I do wanna add a bit more of the highlighter, I will in a second. I feel like if I went in with the highlighter, it would be a lot more popping than this is. Like you can see it, just don't know if I'm wowed by it. I'm gonna go in with some of that highlighter. I just feel like you can't really beat like a face highlighter on your eyes, like on your inner corner, on your brow bone. Yeah, instantly that looks way better. Just gives it a bit more dimension, kind of like pushes out the deepness a little bit as well. If you tend to suffer with like slightly darker inner corners of your eyes, which I get quite a bit as well, a really, really shiny highlighter on your inner corner will just like push that out. So I'm gonna run that highlighter onto my brow bone as well. Nice, nice, nice. Very nice. So now I'm gonna go in with this little mascara here, and even though it's a mini, it actually does seem to hold quite a bit of product, which I appreciate. I feel like normally I'll buy like a mini mascara and it's nothing like the full size, but this one actually seems to hold quite a bit of product. Oh my God, it's making my outer lashes look so long. I like this kind of wand as well. I feel like it picks everything up, but also covers everything. Oh, that's actually a really nice mascara, you know. I do like these kind of wands though as well. But this is picking up everything. It's really black. It's making everything look pretty feathered, but also it's got that little bit of clump that I like. Okay, right guys, you all know what's coming. I'm gonna go and do my other eye, sort my hair out and all that crap, and then I will show you guys the finished look. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. All right, guys, so I did the other eye. Haven't actually put false lashes on today because I feel like this mascara is actually kind of doing bits, and I actually really love how this is looking so far. It's pretty early on in the day. It's around about 12 o'clock, and I'm gonna wear this for a while, but right now, how this is looking, even though like I wouldn't normally choose to do like a glittery, warm tone, sort of like smoky eye, I actually really, really love how it looks. Like even without my contacts, I'm really, really into it. The skin looks good, the lips look good, they feel really, really comfortable as well, and I love what the mascara's done. I quite like the eyeshadow as well. I am really, really into it. I did also add, as you can probably see, a little bit of mascara on my bottom lashes and also a little wing on the outer corner. I just used my Urban Decay brow blades. But yeah, this is the finished look, and I don't know if I actually didn't like anything. Was that a sentence? Probably not, but I actually think I really, really enjoyed everything so far. So we're gonna see how this wears. I'll probably wear this maybe for like 6 or 8 hours or so or something like that. Maybe more, we'll see. But yeah, I'm really, really liking how this looks. The base especially, that's like the main thing that gets me. You guys know this by now. I'm like a base girl, and I've got to say the base is looking pretty damn flawless. So I'm gonna leave it here for a minute. I will check back with you guys in a bit, whether it's like 6 hours, 8 hours, whatever it is, and I will let you know how everything wears. So yeah, let me know what you think right now, because the next time you see me, I'm probably going to be looking a little bit more disheveled, but hopefully not too much more disheveled. But yeah, I love it so far. Big, big fan of Rare Beauty, and kind of wished I hopped on this little like hype train a little bit earlier. But anyway, I'm going to leave it here. I will check back with you guys in a couple of hours, and we'll see how everything looks. All right, guys, so it's nearly 10 p.m. now, so I've had this makeup on for nearly 10 hours, and don't get me wrong, I'm looking a little bit more crusty, a little bit more oily than when I last saw you, but actually I'm really, really impressed with how everything has lasted. I ate some sushi, I ate a sandwich, I had multiple cups of tea, like I almost fell asleep on the sofa at one point, but it's actually stayed really, really well. And my eyebrows got a little bit wild on this side, but overall, apart from looking a little bit more shiny, it actually still looks really, really good. Let's get the old mirror out. Little bit of like texture around my nose, which is very, very normal for me. My lipstick has actually stayed on quite well. It's feeling a little bit crusty now, like there's definitely some crusts, both like myself and my skin, but also probably like sandwich crusts all around my face. But the eyeshadow stayed on pretty well. The glitter has like dispersed a little bit. You know what, I'm just gonna go out and say it. I actually really do think Rare Beauty is worth the hype. I see it trending everywhere all the time on like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all of that. And I was always kind of skeptical because normally when it's like a celebrity driven makeup brand, I'm like, is it actually that good? But actually, Rare Beauty was really kind of dope. I'm pretty sure I liked everything. So let me know what you guys think of this makeup look. Maybe not like this makeup look with me looking a little bit sweaty, like covered in crust, but like the makeup look before. And like always, if you guys do want to shop any of the products, then you can check out the links down below, or you can actually shop everything on screen now. You should be able to see like a view products button somewhere around here, and you can shop them straight from YouTube. If you guys enjoy these kind of videos where I just throw a whole load of makeup on my face and hope for the best, then make sure you like this video and also subscribe, and feel free to comment down below. And if you haven't already done any of those things, then let's cut the lights. Yep, this is a black screen, and if you look closely, you'll be able to see your own reflection, because I need you to take a good look at yourself and tell me why you haven't subscribed or liked or commented on this video. Really, really take a second to think about that. Anyway, let's turn the lights back on. If you guys do want to subscribe to my channel, it would mean a lot, and obviously like, comment, all that shit. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it here. I love ya, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. 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 Ooh, love you, bye.